Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Butterbar here. So in today's video, I'm trying out TonyMo's Pistolero challenge, and oh man, I don't know if it was great to do it on my first match. This is my first match this morning, and I didn't go too bad, but oh my goodness, definitely I don't think the Wingman Elite is the best thing to do for this challenge. I was trying to go for like an old, like kind of Western, kind of just pistol challenge, and Wingman Elite's actually my favorite pistol. Even though it's kind of hard to like get used to using it, it's actually one of my favorite guns. I've actually tried to go through all the pistols and try to get all the gold banners for the weapons. I've already made a couple of videos about using the RU-45. I've got another video about using the PP 20 or the P2016. And I've definitely enjoyed actually using the sidearms. This is actually a game. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Friggin' trying to go against two people in this game with the Wingman Elite is just a death sentence. But yeah, I've actually enjoyed using the sidearms in this game. They've definitely been they're a lot more fun to use than any other game that I've actually played in, where using the sidearms is more of just a hassle. I mean, when you play any Call of Duty game, you have like maybe the Desert Eagle is about the most powerful handgun that they have, and it's the only thing that's almost worth using. But in Titanfall, I've kind of noticed that pretty much all of the guns, except for sometimes the Mozambique every now and then, most of the sidearms for the pistols are actually pretty usable, and it's actually an enjoying time to play with these guns, because you don't actually get to use them very much. Most of the time you're using your primary. Most of the time you're using your car or your G2 or R201. Oh man, don't get me started on using G2s on this map or Angel City. Oh my, Tony, if you're watching this, dude, I completely understand what you're talking about when it comes to G2 and Angel City. Dude, that gun was in everybody's hand, and I tried to do this challenge on Angel City, and I feel exactly the same way you did, man. That stuff was just aggravating as all hell. But I tried it on Homestead just because, yeah, there's a couple close quarters parts of this, but the Wingman Elite actually works out pretty well when actually taking out long range targets, and you'll kind of see in some of this video where I'm actually able to snipe a couple of people with the Wingman Elite just because it has that long-range projectile. Even though it's slow, it does a lot of damage to people that are pretty far away, especially amp. Amping this gun actually helps out a lot. It's not to the standard that the regular Wingman is, where if you amp that weapon and you get close enough to people, it actually one-shots them. So I don't know if that's one thing that I don't know if that's like a thing that they plan on changing for the Wingman Elite, like, maybe an update, where it's on par with the Wingman when it comes to amping it. When you amp it, it actually does the same amount of damage that the Wingman does when it's amped. So I'm hoping that's a change, because it's kind of a crappy thing where you're using pretty much the same gun, just a little, like, it's elite version of it, and for some reason it doesn't do the same damage. And that's just kind of one thing I find funny about this pistol. So, yeah, using the Wingman Elite definitely put me at a disadvantage just because of using it. You only have 6 rounds, and you have to make these rounds count. And for most of these gunfights, it was definitely a tough fight. And it was one thing I'm just like, man, I don't know if I want to continue this challenge. Like, the entire time I was playing this match, I'm like, man, do I really want to keep going with things? But I actually do pretty well. And the funny thing is that with this challenge, it always depends on how your teammates are. If you don't have a good team, then this challenge is definitely going to be kind of an aggravating thing to you, because if your teammates are just getting completely demolished and run over, then it's hard for you to kind of focus on using your pistol and going after targets with a gun that only has a few rounds than people have an assault rifle or the light machine gun that that have a lot more ammo than you do. So the loadout that I actually choose to use for this gameplay is I actually use the pulse blade, because I know Tony in the challenge he was like, hey, don't use phase shift, don't use cloak, and I'm like, oh, cloak is my baby, you're taking it away. So I actually tried stem. Stem wasn't really working out for me too much. I was hoping that with being able to use stem, it would give me a little bit of health when going up against people when I'm maybe getting low health and I'm trying to fight them and just can't finish the fight. It wasn't working out for me. I tried it yesterday and just wasn't working out. So I was going with pulse blade. So for areas that I want to go in because I try to play as aggressive as possible. I love being able to charge into the enemy team's area and try to take them out. So I went with the Pulse Blade just because it allows me to see where the enemy's at. And for boost, I was trying to use Map Hack. I thought, you know, a combination of Pulse Blade and Map Hack would be able to help me out quite a bit with being able to try and find out where the enemy's at. It didn't work out that well yesterday, so I went ahead and was like, you know what, I'm just going to try amped weapons. And amp actually helped me out quite a bit. It definitely, you know, with people that, you know, have already had damage taken to them, or maybe just at low health, for some reason, it actually helped me out quite a bit by dealing that little bit extra damage to them when using this gun. And one-shots with this gun is an immediate freaking, you know, one-shot kill. And it's actually the cool thing about it is that you don't have to worry about shooting somebody multiple times in the head with a Wingman Elite. As soon as that one shot hits them, bam, they are gone. And it's one thing that I've actually enjoyed about it because they had this thing, they had the Wingman Elite in the Coliseum, and I got really, really upset when they actually took it away. I think they replaced it with the Mozambique because this is just one gun that I've actually fell in love with once they actually added it into the game. And I ranked it up real quick when the Angel City DLC came out just because I was such in love with this game. And stupid ticks in this game. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like ticks are just out for my blood when I'm trying to actually go after people, and I feel like most of the times if it's not a pilot just like coming out of nowhere, it is a tick that I'm trying to run away from. Just because of the blast radius that they have is just insane, and trying to get away from them is just I don't know, it's the toughest thing to do since they're trying to hunt you down and follow you and kill you. But definitely for this map, you know, being at a high elevation, I mean, like that guy right there, it definitely helped out a lot because you have this elevation over people. You have this pistol that does amazing damage at range, and it's not that hard to actually snipe people with this gun. I almost see it as like just a mini Kraber, just because of the slow projectile movement. I liked it that I got that dude through the smoke, kind of. I was like, I wonder if this will work. If he tries to double back, I'll throw the smoke. But I was able to get him with a pistol. I was pretty happy about it. Yeah, I just see this as a mini Kraber just because the projectiles are pretty slow, but they actually do quite a bit of damage, and that's the one thing that I love about this gun. And I was so frustrated. I was like, man, I can't believe that I can't take some people down with it. And that's the one thing I just wish they would increase the damage to it up to the par of where the wingman, just a wingman is when it comes to being amped and being able to shoot people and hit them in one-shot kills. Well, Tony, I gotta say, I love the challenges that you put out. I'm trying to come up with a few of my own. I'm gonna do an EPG video just because out of the grenade launchers that I love to use, and you know, I frankly are not used enough in this game when it comes to like the SMR, the softball, the EPG, the Cold War. I'm actually trying to use an EPG right now just to get some good gameplay in, and then challenge people too with being able to use, you know, guns that are not normally used in the game. I know Tony and I were talking about the G2, that gun, you know, ever since the Hemlock and the Devotion nerf, you see a lot of that played out, you know, where people are using the G2 a lot. And especially on Angel City, again, when you have high elevations. It's completely insane, and it's definitely shown a new meta to this game that, you know, the G2 didn't show when, you know, the Hemlock and the Devotion were pretty powerful. But I love the challenge, man. It was definitely a good time to, you know, try something new and challenge yourself in the game that, you know, you have all these guns that, you know, that people don't really use, so you try to use them and see how you do with them. And it's definitely a lot of fun to use these guns, and I had a blast. It's definitely awesome to use guns that you don't normally actually get to use. Well, guys, I hope you guys accept the challenge, man. I hope you guys accept this pistol challenge where you're just going around the map. Oh my God, this dude was freaking dodging all my haymakers I'm throwing. I think yeah, he gets me. I was like, oh my goodness, spaceship, why do you do this to me? But I hope you guys get in this game. I hope you guys accept the challenge and have a lot of fun with it. It was definitely a lot of fun to just use these guns and try to go for these high KDs, and it was a blast. So I hope you guys enjoy the challenges. And keep the challenges coming. You know, even though it's TonyMo that's posting this out, if you guys have other challenges that you want to throw at us, do it. I would love to do these challenges just because I love being a part of this community that we have, and it's definitely a lot of fun just to be, you know, be doing the same things that you're doing, and, you know, having this camaraderie with our community of Titanfall. So it was definitely a blast, and continue to do it. But guys, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Your support to the channel and all these videos are much appreciated. And I definitely love all the love that you guys are giving me to this Butterbar Gaming channel. So thank you so much. Subscribe so you guys never miss a video that I post out. It's definitely one thing that I want to. I want to make sure you guys are getting all the latest videos. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time.